This episode is brought to you by Shopify. Forget the frustration of picking commerce platforms when you switch your business to Shopify, the global commerce platform that supercharges your selling wherever you sell. With Shopify, you'll harness the same intuitive features, trusted apps, and powerful analytics used by the world's leading brands. Sign up today for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/tech, all lowercase. That's shopify.com/tech.
Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show, and in today's episode, I'm bringing it back, relationship advice episodes, because I don't know what else to talk about, and I'm tired of just sitting here trying to figure it out, opening up every single social media platform that I have, nothing pops up. So I was like, you know what? Nah, let me just go ahead, bring that back, and then, overall, when I have a podcast episode idea where it's, something else, then, because I just feel like lately I've been talking about the same old. So I'm like, nah, man, let me, I guess, change it up, but, go back to my old ways. And I figured let me go ahead, open up Reddit, see what Reddit got going on, see what kind of relationship, stories is going down. But anyways, and if you guys haven't, make sure you guys go join the relationship advice subreddit on Reddit. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into the first one. So this one, it's titled, Am I for not accepting my boyfriend of 6 months mindset? It's okay to slap in a relationship. Wait a minute, what? Who's slapping who? Okay, now let's read this. Okay, so this is a woman talking, she's talking, okay, so she was like, so she goes on to say, my boyfriend believes that a slap that doesn't actually hurt and is intended to wake me up to reality isn't abuse. This also could apply me slapping him. He insists that he wouldn't want to hit me, but if it weren't for my own good to snap me back in reality, he would. If it were for my own good to snap me back in reality, he would. Let's just finish reading this off, but I'm going to say a no on that one. He also says, I'm being childish for not recognizing that in serious situations, this is acceptable in adult relationships. Only a punch would be real abuse or anything with intent of causing me pain. And he says he doesn't know how he is dating such a childish person. Am I being person? What am I saying? Person. Am I being too childish or irrational? No, your boyfriend's just crazy. Like, I wish a woman would slap me talking about, oh no, it's not abuse. I'm just trying to slap you back in reality. I'm like, first off, don't put your hands on me. All right, that's first of all. Okay. Second of all, we're going to be in reality 24/7. What overall is happening in this relationship is I'm viewing something one way and you're viewing something another way. That's called being human. So that's one of those things where I'm like, yeah, she slapped me, I'm hitting her with an RKO. I'm like, it's just, I'm saying it's not abuse. It's just me, I guess, slapping down an Uno reverse card. All right, so I'm like, but in reality though, like on some real life reality, no, slapping somebody talking about, oh, it's not abuse, I'm just trying to, no, my thing is this, unless you're a movie actor, and even then, it's like they don't really be slapping each other, but my thing is this, that's the only time when a slap needs to be done. Other than that, like when there ain't no cameras, it ain't nothing, it's just you two in that apartment, house, wherever you guys is living at. Nah, man, that's crazy. That's some crazy stuff for him to view a relationship that way, where it's like, it's okay to slap your son. And my thing is this, then it's like, oh, okay, then you know what? That's when you gotta put that stuff to the test. Give him, like, and I'm saying, like, the most, like a Stephanie McMahon slap. Like a slap that's, oh, it's really gonna snap you back into reality. But, yeah, give him the most ultimate slap. I mean, like, train your hand for it. Go to a boxing gym and just slap a punching bag as much as you possibly can with both hands, because you don't want one arm being bigger than the other. So, yeah, strengthen out your arms, lift weights, do whatever it is that you need to do, and, like, send that, that slapping competition, they be knocking dudes out. Yes, give him one of those slaps. And see, won't all that stuff that he's talking about, yeah, he'll shut that down. I'm like, fam, slapping somebody talking about, oh, it's just to bring you back to reality, but it's not abuse. Yeah, that's the type of guy where it's like, and then eventually he's gonna be like, oh, well, slap isn't enough. Then I gotta start punching and kicking and doing all these other different things. I'm like, yeah, that it's those types of things where it's like, you're gonna end up in a Lifetime movie. So, yeah, I'm like, that's something where I'm like, don't, wait a minute, don't be a part of a relationship like that if he thinks it's okay to slap his girlfriend. If that's the case, then give him the most ultimate slap of all time, like how they do in those slap competitions, and see won't he erase that whole quote relation, how do you spell relationship? No, okay, that's not it. Okay, there we go. Relationship. What was I getting ready to say? Not advice. See when he erased that whole. Well, no, yeah. Let's just call it that. Yeah, let's just overall call it that. You know, no pun intended. But anyways, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and comment that. Might get that comment taken down because they all like, oh, you promoting violence. My thing is this though. I'm like, but it's bro that's really doing it. I'm like, I'm not trying to promote it. I'm just trying to have it where he gets a taste of his own medicine and see won't he shut all that stuff down. But anyways, then the next one, update after 7 years, my then marriage to then, okay, so it's a woman saying to her then 29-year-old male husband, whatever, is getting a no in a few days, but not sure what to think, to do or think. Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's all like, yeah, if the marriage ain't, I mean, if you have to, then yeah, do what you gotta do. If you do want to work things out, I mean, that option's always on the table. But, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, it's all like, divorces happen. It ain't like it's the first time, and hopefully it's the last time, and then the next time you get into it with somebody, it's like, yeah, that is the last time, you get married and things. But yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, I've seen it. Like, I've had friends go through it. I think I've done had families go through it. And, yeah, I don't know. I really don't be keeping tabs on people like that. I'm trying to think. I think, yeah, I've had some friends where I believe they done got some divorces. If not, there's some breakups where you would have thought it was a divorce and things. But anyways, next one. My wife had a full-blown affair and cannot seem to let the guy go. How do people move past this? Wait a minute. What? Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and read this. So as the title says, about a week before Christmas, I had the rude awakening of a lifetime when my wife told me her feelings towards me and changed. We have our ups and downs like every couple, but the reason she gave for the change has literally changed my life, and I don't think I'll ever be the same man again. She told me another man has shown her what she really needs and that she is no longer in love with me. She is so casually, and I couldn't believe it. And he did say wife, dang. Because I was about to say, if this is a girlfriend, then I'm like, okay, end things off with her, but dang, this is your wife, though. That's messed up, man. That's some really messed up stuff to just be all like, oh, yeah, somebody has shown me the light or whatever. And you know what? The funny thing is like, they show things like this in movies, and I'm pretty sure, it's based on some real life stuff. But, no, overall, though, it's like, the thing is this. She's going to realize that relationship ain't good for her, and then eventually she is going to try to come back to the guy making this post. And I'm like, I feel like by that time when she does do that, dude's going to move on. But anyways, yeah, let's go ahead and continue on what he says. It's a long one, but anyways, so he goes on to say in the second paragraph, I had so many questions I didn't even consider if I was reading for the answers to I ain't trying to disrespect bro, but his grammar is kind of off. But anyways, he goes on to say, but ask anyway, she's been brutally honest, which has really effed with my head. He said the F word. I ain't gonna say it because, some kids could be listening. But anyways, the details are grim, and I'm really trying to put it at the back of my head and try to move forward for the sake of our dang, or of our child. Okay, so they just only got one child, but dang, the fact that they do have a child together, that's even more messed up. But no, that's something where it's like, I guess as the child gets older, and then I know that at some point in time they probably are going to ask that question, like, oh, okay, how come you guys haven't gotten back together and things? Or it's like, why did you guys break up? My thing is this: if I'm the dad, I'm like, look, son, daughter, whoever, I ain't gonna lie to you. Your mom was out there playing games, okay? So yeah, she broke up with me for I don't know, I guess if she ends up marrying this guy, I'm like, yeah, I'm like, blame your stepdad. I'm like, that's why our relationship didn't work out, And that's something where I know people are probably all like, oh, that's messed up. You'll turn your child against the mother and things. My thing is this, all right? I'm in a place of hurt, so it's something where it's like, I'm gonna leave it up to the kid. I'm like, look, however you feel about your mom, that's how you feel about them. If you still gonna have love for them, I'm not gonna take that away from you. That's your parent. I want you to love your parent. I guess if it would have been me in your mom's shoes, I wouldn't want you to stop loving me because of our history and stuff, so yeah, that's one of those things where I'm all like, I don't want you to, I guess, start disrespecting your mom, but at the same time, I'm like, yeah, I guess I'm gonna be disrespectful in things, because I have a reason to. At the end of the day, you ain't got no reason to. Yeah, it's like she hurt me, but she ain't hurt you, so yeah, that's just one of those things where I'm all like, I guess I definitely would talk to my child in a more rational way, but yeah, overall though, I am gonna be hurt by some stuff like that. So anyways, they go on to say, and financially, she would be fine alone. I wouldn't, dang. Initially, I told her she had to cut all contact, which seemed to drive her further into his arms. Caught her several times, still texting him. We started couple therapy and was told that I should be allowing her to stay in contact and say what needs to be said, and that I'm taking on the role of her parent, telling her who she can and cannot speak to and will drive her further away. Wait a minute. What kind of therapist is that where they're telling to whoever that therapist is, stop seeing them because they don't know what they're talking about. That's not you being a parent. That's you trying to protect your feelings. At the end of the day, I guess, like, if I'm that therapist, I'm all like, okay, well, then the relationship is over. I'm like, I would look at the wife and be all like, how do you feel? If she's like, I'm in love with this guy, then I'm like, okay, bro, I don't know what else to tell you, but it's like, you are doing the right thing. It's like you overall want to protect your marriage, but she doesn't. So it's like, my thing is this: you can't be a positive person fighting with an over-the-top negative person, because all that's just going to do is just add some more negatives. So it's like, it's going to probably be a little bit of some processing and progression and stuff, trying to get your marriage right, but at the same time, it's all like she's in the far negatives. So it's like, yeah, you trying to add positive on positive, trying to do all these different things. Eventually, you are going to reach your breaking point, and you're going to be like, I can't do this no more. So it's like, my thing is this: that breaking point should be right now. It's like, you should be thinking along the lines, I can't do this no more. So yeah, that's just one of those things where I'm all like, nah, fam. Yeah, whoever that therapist is, I'm like, get fired. Okay, I'm like, or quit your job, because you don't know what you're talking about. But anyways, where did I caught several times taking a road, parents speaking, okay, blah blah. So I tried this, and she's still in contact with him most days anyway. We backed her WhatsApp onto the iPad so she knows I can see everything that's being said, and it doesn't seem to faze her at all. I don't think I would do that. I wouldn't even want to see that stuff. But anyways, in therapy, she's admitted that she misses him and wants to speak to him. When I brought up the fact she still talks to him, she said yes, but not as much as we used to. Unfortunately, over the past few weeks, I found myself doing a deep dive in their chat. This has went on for 2 years, dang. And I found even more grim stuff. Pictures, videos, talks about what they've done. There's things in there that I've asked her to try and she wouldn't. Look, bruh, it's no disrespect to the guy, to the husband, but I'm like, bro, you is going out sad. I'm like, that's something I know that you wouldn't want to hear, but at the same time, I'm like, that's something that I guess if I'm in your shoes, and I know people will probably ask, well, what would I do in a situation like that where I'm madly in love with this woman, but she's, putting me aside for her side piece, and she's trying to make him into a main piece. Well, my thing is this: there ain't gonna be no pieces. And I'm not saying that like, oh, I'm gonna go crazy type stuff. I'm like, no, it's either my thing is this, all right? I guess I would probably, if I'm like really, really in love, I really don't know what I would do, but I probably would do something along the lines like giving her a chance. I'm like, I guess if I really, really, really wanted this marriage to work out, but I'm like, I'm giving you a chance, me or him. There ain't gonna be no arguing. There ain't gonna be no discussion. It's either me or him. What you gonna do? She says him. Then I'm like, all right, I'm out of here. You know, it's like I'm going to get the divorce papers. And I'm going on about my business. But I'm not. My thing is this. I'm not gonna sit around and have it where she's out having an affair. Because I'm like, I know for a fact that you would have been hurt. My thing is this, and that's something that people don't ever think about. They don't ever think about, well, what would you do if they did something equally damaging to you? And you gonna feel a certain way about that. So yeah, that's why I'm all like, nah, I'm not gonna be all like, oh, let's try this stuff that you guys are doing. That's crazy. I'm like, it's things like this where I'm like, I don't want to say that it's fake, but at the same time, I'm like, man, that sounds like that don't even sound like that should be in a movie. I'm like, that's one of those things where I'm like, bro, I don't know how I feel about that one. I'm like, that's some crazy stuff. But anyways, there's like Graham Brilliant, despite all the details. All right, so wait a minute. But seem more willing to do it for him. Despite putting all of this out there, there are details I don't even want to type, but trust me, wild stuff has went down. Things I could never imagine her doing. She willingly gave up for this man. I feel like I don't even know this woman. She's told him she loves him, is in love with him, that the thought of touching me now makes her stomach turn. That's crazy. And allude to her wishing she had his kid and not mine. That's on some stuff. Yeah, the thing is this. I wouldn't put my hands on her. And it's like, and if the guy, I'm like, if I ever were to see the guy, I probably would put hands on him. Because it's like, you knew she was a married woman. And I mean, if you didn't, then I'm not going to hold that against you. But at some point in time, I'm pretty sure based off them conversations, you knew. And you didn't even try to break things up. So my thing is this. You got to honestly sit down and think about it. Yeah, she might be in love with you right now at the moment. My thing is this. If I wouldn't put hands on the guy, my thing is this. I would do everything in my power to convince this man. I'm like, she gonna hurt you too, bruh. You think my thing is this. This is who she is. This is her character. It'll be in a matter of time before she meets somebody else. She starts falling in love. My thing is this. She's gonna want every guy out there. I'm saying my thing is this. I'm pretty sure she was messing with some dude before she started messing with me, and now she's doing the same thing to me with you, and she's gonna do the same thing to you with somebody else. And my thing is this, because that's one thing about it. I am going to get into this guy's head, and I'm like, fam, honestly though, sit down and think about it. The way that she's talking right now, she wants you. She wants every single, because I'm at this point where I'm all like, I don't even care no more. But I'm like, she wants every single piece of you, bruh. And she's only doing that because she got some, how can I put it in terms where it's like, because again, the kids is listening to. Overall, she wants you. I'm going to leave it at that, But it'll be in a matter of time before she stops wanting you and she's going to want somebody else. What you gonna do in that situation? And that's something where I'm all like, yeah, bro, you guys sit down and think about that. I guarantee and I promise you, she gonna come up to me talking about, and what I'm gonna be doing? I'm gonna be sitting back smiling, watching some of my most favorite movies and TV shows, eating me something good to eat. She gonna be like, what you say to whoever? I'm like, oh, I ain't say nothing to him. I'm like, I don't know what you talking about. I don't know what you, I'm like, yeah, I'm like, lady, get up out my face. I'm like, you ain't got no power here. Like, go ahead, go on, because I'm like, I ain't even gonna be starting with you right now. But anyways, then he goes on to say, I'm so hurt, but I still deeply love her and really wish I could go back and erase the last few years. I just want us back, but everything I've seen and read feels like it's imprinted on my brain, and the mind movies are going to be with me for life. I'm worried I'm putting all this work in, putting my head through a very dark place, and she's already checked out, waiting on the word from this guy. He was actually the one who told her to tell me, wow. So the guy, wow. And he's still, that's crazy. And now she has and she just wants to carry on anyway. What could I do to get my head around this? How do I even move past this? Are there any success stories from infidelity? Really struggling tonight and have none to reach out to. Edit. Just to add, a big part of wanting of I feel like there was a part that I missed. I feel like I seen something where it was like about her parents or something. Did I see something about her parents? Man, she missing. No, I guess not. I don't know why I thought I seen something about the parents. But anyways, because I thought he told her parents. I definitely had told her parents. And I'm like, no, I'm telling everybody. I'm telling your family, your friends, your parents, all of them. I'm like, so. But anyways, and it just a big part of me wanting to make this work is if we split, I'd be in the gutter financially. She's the breadwinner by my. Oh, that's why he wants to. Also, her AP is also married with kid. Wow. Wow. And has confessed to his wife. As far as I'm aware, my wife and him haven't actually met face to face since this. Wait a minute. As far as I'm aware, my wife and him haven't actually met face to face since all this has happened. What? Okay. Break things up with her. Trust me, if you find a good job, you will be okay. Tell her friends and family what she did. Okay. Oh, and try your hardest to convince the guy that she's gonna do the same thing to him so he can end things off with her. What I really wanted to say was so he can hurt her like she hurt you, but I'm like, no, that might be too much and things. But yeah, that's crazy. That's some crazy stuff, man. I'm like, that's one of those things where I'm all like, yeah, it's I'm happy I'm reading about it, because if I guess if I'm going through some stuff like that, I'm like, nah, because I know people would probably ask like, well, what would I do in a situation like that? I definitely looked at her, I'm like, you joking around, right? I'm like, you definitely playing around. It's like, I've been nothing but nice to you, gave you a kid, gave you a whole marriage and stuff, and it's like, this how you, the thing is this, I don't so much as care for being repaid back, but at the same time, it's like, you could have at least repaid me back by just overall being, a loyal wife. But it's like, you're gonna be disloyal, and I'm supposed to just be supportive of that. That's something where I'm like, nah, I definitely would let her know how she is. I'm like, that's some messed up stuff right there. Because if I did something equally damaging to you, I'm like, nah, that's one of those things where it's like, she ain't gonna have no time to talk. She ain't gonna have no time to try to defend herself for her actions. I'm like, there's no defense for that. You're cheating on me. So it's like, there ain't no defense for cheating. Cheating is cheating. So it's like, you try to be like, oh, well, it's not cheating, I'm just in love. And I'm like, no, you're just crazy. You got some sort of mental issues going on. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to definitely give you a reason now to hate me. I'm like, well, I'm going to let her have it. It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, I feel like that. I'll probably say some stuff that make her feel so guilty and make her feel so hurt, to the point where she would end things off with that guy, and then she gonna try to work things out with me. I'm like, there ain't no working. I'm like, no, my thing is this. You dug this hole, you made this bed, you gonna have to lay in that hole, and you gonna have to lay in that bed. I want no parts of you. You infected. I'm like, nah, I don't want nothing to do with you no more. I'm like, nah, you go and stay in your own little area. I'm gonna stay in my own little area, alright? But anyways, the next one was kind of inappropriate. I'm like, I don't think I can read that, but it was like, it seemed like it was a guy, he's talking about his wife making inappropriate jokes and stuff, and I'm like, nah, I don't know about that. like, maybe get a whistle and blow it in her ear or something. But anyways, next one, I am alone in my girlfriend's house. How can I take advantage of the situation? You know what? That's one of those things where it's all like, because I feel like it'd be people that's inappropriate too. I shouldn't have read that one out loud. I should have looked at that one before I read out the title. But anyways, but I guess to just overall answer that very quickly, you don't. You just, whatever it is that you're trying to do, you gotta let that stuff happen naturally, alright? You can't be all like, oh, I gotta, go in, because it's like, my thing is this. It's gonna be mad awkward when she don't want to do nothing and you made that move for no reason. So it's one of those things where it's like, let things happen naturally, aka it's like, let her make the first move. So at least then you ready. But yeah, overall it's like, it's just one of those things where it's like, I guess if she is wanting you to make the move, maybe bring it up in a conversation And then, yeah, then you go on from there. But it's like, you know, you just don't start going and grabbing in because it's like, you don't know if a girl's going to be. She thinking y'all really, she might not overall know what Netflix and chill really means now in this day and terms. She thinking Netflix and chill meaning like you guys is watching the first season of Daredevil and y'all is just chilling, making sense. She done made like some hors d'oeuvres. She done made some you know, some other snacks and things. She somehow, some way managed. I'm trying to think. Yeah, she done found some Scooby snacks. It's like, where do you even go to get Target or something? How do you get some Scooby snacks? But anyways, I'm just saying, she overall, yeah, you know, she thinking Netflix and chill means Netflix and chill. It's like you over here thinking along the lines like you trying to have a kid in 9 months, you know? So yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, you know, you can't just be jumping the gun like that, you know, unless if she is that type of person, then I don't know, maybe play your cards right and see where it goes from there. But if not, then it's like, you know, she's one of them respectful girls, then yeah, you know, it's just one of those things where it's like, you know, you gotta be respectful, you know. But anyways, dang, this next one, this is, you know what, if kids is listening, I recommend you stop listening, because this one is kind of graphic, but it's something where I'm like, dang, man, I feel like I'm gonna read this one out, and then after that, I'm gonna go ahead and call it with this episode. But anyways, so for the adults now. So this guy, he goes on the right. My girlfriend did she did some pretty explicit videos, let's just say. Because I didn't talk oh, wait a minute. So did she do it like now or did she do it before? Okay, now this I gotta read. So anyways, so there's so the guy, he's like, I'm a 30-year-old male, mostly introverted. I'm not too loud, but I think I can express my feelings and talk about personal stuff. That's kind of like me, but I have to say I'm a little loud too. I'm black. I was born to be loud. All right, but anyways, my girlfriend is a photo model. At the beginning, we set some ground rules. Nothing pornographic, no touching, etc. Excuse me. For some time, she did follow these rules. But a few weeks later, I found out she was lying to me for the last 6 months. Dang. We had some issues. I wasn't the best boyfriend, but I wasn't trying to be. We talked about it many times. I support her career as much as I could. I've never tried to unlock her phone. I never doubted her. But she was secretly doing cheap, disgusting, explicit videos. When I found out, she told me she did it because she didn't feel appreciated. She didn't feel I care. I couldn't believe it, so naturally I dumped her. She came back and she told me she did it because of psychological pressure and so she was so I think she was doing drugs too, because she listed out the cocaine. Okay, like I said, the adults is here, so I'm like, I don't know, because I'm like, I feel like at times I'll be doing a podcast, so I don't know what I could say and not say. But anyways, so yeah, it was that, and it's like, I definitely don't recommend. I don't recommend doing explicit videos or drugs. I'm like, you know, leave that stuff alone. But anyways, she excused it by saying I was so high I didn't know what I was where I was going. I think he meant to say doing. So he goes on to say, I believed her. Now, 2 months later, I feel devastated, exhausted, and generally sad. She doesn't act like she's aware of what she did to me. I told her it's the worst thing ever, that I'm drowning, but every time I express myself, she immediately goes to attack. It's like, I'm sorry, but you hurt me in the worst possible way. I'm devastated. And her reply, well, you didn't talk to me enough. I didn't feel your love. No remorse, nothing. I finally ended things, but now I feel like I'm the villain in this story. She lied to my face. She lied to my face many times. She kept changing the story over and over. Oh, well, if that's the case, then yeah, it's like, it's one of those things where I'm like, I guess like if you do feel like the villain, then embrace it. Because I'm like, my thing is this, if there is something out there that if a person does something to you that hurts you, that's like, fam, I'm like, my thing is this, again, how would that make you feel, where it's like, if I did something that like overall, like it hurts you and things. So it's like, and it's like that equal type of pain. You gonna feel a certain way about that. So yeah, I guess like, you know, for the next relationship, maybe talk more and, you know, and I guess like kind of try to break out of that introvertness and things. But if not that, then it's like, I guess, you know, meet a girl that's kind of in the same ballpark as you know, not like you, but overall in the same ballpark as you. She's an introvert, and yeah, you know, she don't be doing no photo modeling and, you know, like graphic videos and stuff. But anyways, Then there was like finally so like where do you think psychological abuse starts? Could you ever forgive her? I can't. So okay, so I think that was just maybe a question somebody might have asked him. I can't talk about this with my friends because I don't want to make her look bad. I'm stupid like this. Then he goes on to say, update, you are all right. I didn't respect myself when I invite her back to my life. I just told her to pack her stuff and go. I blocked her everywhere. I didn't expect so many responses. You're all very supportive. Thank you for that. And no, she doesn't have. So somebody must have asked it. That's crazy. So people, this guy's in a dark place right now. People really was asking her for her name and stuff. I'm like, yeah, you guys were at times people on the internet. I'm like, yeah, and I guarantee and I promise you, they've been in the same situation. It's all like, yeah, they gonna feel a certain way. So there's like, she did it secretly with 2 photographers. She sent some videos. So there's like, okay, so I think she's on OnlyFans. So there's like, yeah, because the next thing he does say that yeah, yes, I knew she had an OnlyFans. We agreed she would post Instagram photos, but without censorships, and some backstage videos showing the urbex she's working in, preparing the photo scenes, etc. Why? Because I trust her. I guess consciously I decided to ignore the red flags. Thank you again. You've helped a lot. Yeah, that's messed up, man. That's some really messed up stuff. You know, that's something where I'm like, I think a lot of people, because I know that's something where I know people will probably ask, like, well, what would I do in a situation like that? I don't know. I feel like that, if you have OnlyFans, I'm like, that's something where I'm not, because I got friends that have OnlyFans accounts, and so it's something where I'm like, I'm not going to like, I guess tell her like, stop doing what you're doing, or you gotta do things this way. It's like, whatever you feel comfortable with, let me know what that is. And if you feel comfortable doing things, work with other people, I can't be in a relationship with you, because I'm like, this is a co-op thing of 1 to 2 players, okay? So I'm like, I'm gonna use my content creating career, I guess, as an example. There's them co-op games where it only requires 2 people. Now when we add in multiple 3, 4, 5, nah, that ain't co-op no more. That's a group of people. I ain't trying to have that. 2 is enough for me, but I'm saying it's for me and her. I'm like, that's all that I want in this relationship. But when you including all these different people, I feel like there ain't no respect in the relationship. So yeah, that's just one of those things where I'm like, yeah, and even if it is on some stuff where it's like you guys are just having like private videos being sent, no, I'm like, I don't want nothing. And that's one of those things where I'm like, I guess it wouldn't work out with me being in a relationship with an OnlyFans mom. I mean, if she did it before and she don't do it no more, that's a different story. I'm like, you changed and stuff. I would like to hope and think you don't go back, or you doing that stuff on the side. But I'm like, if you change, you change. But if you still doing that stuff at the moment, I'm like, I don't know, that's just, I guess people probably ask like, oh, well, how would that make you feel if a girl told you like, oh, you can't do YouTube videos? I'm like, see, that's the thing. I'm not cheating on you when doing the YouTube videos though. That I'm like, gee, my thing is this, right? All right, let's just overall see who feels comfortable telling the other parent what we're overall doing. I don't mind going around telling, if I'm in a relationship with a girl and I meet her parents, I'm not gonna mind telling them, oh yeah, I make YouTube videos for a living, because the thing is this, whatever the parents is into, I'm like, most likely I done made a video about it. So yeah, let's say if her dad is into sports, I'm like, oh yeah, I got a sports channel. I'm like, yeah, let's sit down and talk about sports one day. I'm saying, I don't mind sitting down talking with you, getting to know what kind of sports you like, because I'm like, yeah, it'd be some sports that I could be interested in. Let's say the mom's like, oh, I'm into like gardens and stuff. I'm like, I don't got no channel based on gardens, but I played a garden simulator game one time. I'm like, so I know a little bit about gardens and things, I like how they look. I'm like, but I guess, like, I don't know, I guess with me, with a situation like that, I'd be like, my mom, she likes garden stuff, so I'm like, maybe you guys can hang out one day and go shop around for some garden stuff. I don't know, I'd like slip y'all $100. I'm like, get some seeds and grow, yeah, just start growing it. I don't know, I'm like, I don't know about gardens like that. But anyways, dang, that's just crazy though, to think bro, I should put that to the test because I'm like, fam, I'm like, those are just two random things. Sports, okay, but I'm like, I don't know, maybe like with the dad, I'm like, maybe I'm trying to think of something that's the thing though. I can't think of anything where it's like, because I feel like dads, usually they're all kind of the same. They all into the same stuff. So I'm like, he says fashion. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm into sneakers. Dang, okay, so I can't escape that. Construction. I'm like, yeah, I got family in construction, so I can't escape that. What else? It's one of those things. Dang, I'm like, I might be one of them people where I really do have my hands dipped into everything. But I'm like, and that's something where it's all like, do you think you would be comfortable telling my parents that you out here getting your cheeks clapped for for a couple of dollars on OnlyFans? Yeah, that's something where I wouldn't even want you to tell my parents that. I'm like, nah, fam. I'm like, that, no, we ain't having that conversation with my parents. So yeah, that's one of those things where I'm like, you better be getting your cheeks clapped in Call of Duty or something. But I'm like, any other platforms, I'm like, I'm gonna have to look into it. And if that platform starts with an only and ends with a fans, I'm like, then yeah, I'm not gonna be a fan of that. All right, no pun intended. But anyways, yeah, that's one of those things where I'm like, nah, I don't think it will work out. But I'm like, more power to you in your career. I hope it works out well for you and you can meet somebody that's I guess they will want to be invested in all that stuff into the career and things. But anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Stay tuned. I probably am going to do more relationship advice episodes in the future. Probably might do it for the next episode. But anyways, yeah, talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.